Hey Bearcat fans, welcome to another edition of This Week in Bearcat Athletics. Well, the men's basketball team suffered its first loss of the season. The MIAA championships are coming up for the indoor track and field team. And Northwest baseball team, well, they've completed a successful non-conference season with conference play starting this weekend. More on all that coming up on This Week in Bearcat Athletics.
The Bearcat men's basketball team went 1-1 on its final road trip of the regular season last week. The loss dropped the team 2 spots in the national rankings, but still receiving 1 first-place vote. They are still in the top spot in the more important Central Regional rankings, which will determine who will host the regional tournament. In their loss to Missouri Southern, the Bearcats never led, and Bearcat head coach Ben McCullum says he will take a wait-and-see attitude when trying to figure out how his team will react to its first loss of the season.
You know, I think that I think when you do lose, generally it wakes you up, possibly. You know, it also kind of reinvigorates you to where when you win quite a bit and you win handily quite often, sometimes you can get bored with the process and kind of bored with winning by that much. And you know, I think our guys now realize that if you don't compete, if you don't play at a high level, you can't win. You not only can't win, you can't win by that much. And so hopefully it'll wake us up. But, you know, 24 games in a row, you know, that's what I said to our guys afterwards was I'm, you know, now we can celebrate 28 wins in conference, in regular season conference in a row. I mean, technically it's 31 wins in a row because we won the MIAA tournament last year. It's 31 straight MIAA teams that we've beat. So now you have an opportunity to celebrate that and then move past that and now move on to future goals.
The Bearcats will close out the regular season Thursday against Lindenwood and Saturday against Lincoln University, both at Bearcat Arena. The Bearcat women's basketball team lost both games last week, but nearly fought back for a big come-from-behind victory Saturday. The Cats were down to Missouri Southern by 21 points with 5:33 to play in the third quarter. Slowly chipping away at that lead, the Cats dropped a 71-70 decision to the Lions. Northwest women's coach Buck Scheel says he wants to see more of that second-half team from Saturday when they play this week.
You know, I talked to them after the game on Saturday that, you know, that second half team is a team that I want to coach, who came out and competed and gave themselves a chance to win. And when you get to this point in the season, that should be mandatory. And, you know, we have to do a better job of, I guess, demanding that out of ourselves.
The Bearcat women will also face Lindenwood and Lincoln at home this week to close out the regular season, with a chance to get into the MIAA postseason tournament still on the line. The Bearcat baseball team wrapped up non-conference play last weekend, taking 2 of 3 from Oklahoma Christian, giving them an 8-2 non-conference record. The Cats opened play with 6 straight wins this season and carried that play over into the last weekend of non-conference play. Baseball coach Darren Lowe says they are having success because they are starting strong in all facets of the game.
You know, I think in all phases we're continuing to improve, and you know, going into the season we really thought our pitching staff was going to be solid. You know, those guys, all of our starters have gone out and pitched extremely well, and the bullpen guys that we've used have come in and done their job. And then of course we have Nico Pablo at the back end of that, who really has the ability to shut down teams. So, you know, I think it starts with pitching. I think we've been playing great defense behind those guys as well. And, you know, fortunately now this past weekend our bats started to heat up a little bit and started scoring some runs, just being a lot more competitive at the plate. So, you know, I think all phases we're going in the right direction, and hopefully we can continue you know, that progress as we get into conference play.
The Bearcat baseball team will open MIAA play at Northeastern State in Tahlequah, Oklahoma this weekend, with their home opener the following weekend. The Bearcat indoor track and field teams wrapped up the regular season last weekend in Lincoln, Nebraska, with some athletes competing at Nebraska Wesleyan and some at the University of Nebraska. One highlight from the weekend was Alex Koschel, who won the women's triple jump at Wesleyan, followed closely by Jamie Weaver, who was second. The Cats will take part in the MIAA Indoor Championships in Joplin this weekend. The Northwest softball team went 2-2 in their final weekend in Bentonville, Arkansas for the year. While it was a weekend where the Cats were bit by the injury bug, one highlight from Sunday's action was Rebecca Maher, who was 4 for 6 with 2 home runs, 4 RBIs, and 2 runs scored in the 2 games combined. The Bearcats will have this weekend off before heading for Joplin for 4 games to start March. The Northwest Missouri State men's tennis team, which is the 7-time defending MIAA champion and picked to win the conference again this year, will open its season this weekend when they travel to Baldwin City, Kansas to face McPherson College. The Northwest women will open play Wednesday, March 1st, when both teams will play UMKC in Maryville. That's This Week in Bearcat Athletics. For producer Andrew Sherry, I'm Matt Gorder.